So I may have figured out a little sound issue that I was having with these mics. I suppose I'll figure that out in post if I did or not. But basically, this has just been going mono, so it's only been one ear. I've had to put it into both, but it has a stereo setting, meaning both. And I don't know if that's gonna, like, make it better or not, or if it doesn't really matter if I change it in post. But yeah, I guess we'll see. Anyway, a little handful of salt. So my back's still feeling a little finicky, but we're gonna try to keep. I've got some salt in the back of my throat. Good God. So back's feeling a little bit finicky. Nothing crazy. We're gonna see how it goes today. We're still gonna kind of do the movement of a deadlift, probably really, really light, just to. It's what's called kinesiophobia for like the nerds out there. It's basically just like fear of movement, where for example, my back hurts right now, so that's about as low as I can get without doing like any kind of real bracing, right? But obviously, usually I would be able to just like down to the ground, no problem. But if I do that right now, it starts to get a little painful right there, and then I have to brace a little more intentionally. So it's fear of movement, kinesiophobia. So yeah, we're just going to train that movement to try to avoid that as much as possible, and speed the rehab up. And then we got bench and upper body. So yeah, see you guys there. Walking right next door, so I'll see you in like just a couple seconds. Yeah, so this is most likely as heavy as I'm going to go for deads today. Just getting through reps with 135 on pretty cleanly. I was supposed to go up to 3 plates today. And it feels okay, but I feel like we're on the edge of okay. So I'm going to see how this feels to hold. We'll see how 1 rep feels, and if 1 rep feels okay, crank out 3, and then we'll probably head to bench. Feels okay to hold. Feels okay to walk out. Feels all right. Yeah, we're right on the edge of okay. As tempted as I am to throw the extra weight on, we're going to be nice to my back and let it heal. So the first set that I did, kind of creating that arch right now, my lumbar spine, right about L4, L5. I just mobilized it over there. Felt a tiny little adjustment because I could not create a good arch on this. So we're not going to get too wild today on bench either. I think I'm probably going to hit like 2 sets of these, and then we're going to get to things that are probably not as intense of an axial load. So not as much weight on my spine. Probably not too much where I'm like flexing over and stuff. We're going to be pretty nice today. But see how this set feels. You're going to watch me lean back like an old man. Ooh. It does feel a lot better just from that quick mob though. And we're going to fix that setup on the next one. But anyway, there's been so many issues that I've started to develop because of this broken wrist. Like my right pec, like right where my pec and my shoulder meet. Always just gets, like as far as my upper body goes, it's the first thing that starts to get real pissy when I'm training heavy. And some of that's just age. I'm 31 now, but it all kind of started right when this happened. I really want to get this played out. I'm sure I will eventually, but it's so stupid how much it costs just to have somebody take something out of me. I took spider curls out of my routine for a really long time because I don't really like the setup, and I feel like they're really easy to cheat, but if you actually control the negative really, really well, they're pretty enjoyable. Plus, because of this position, it's actually decompressing my spine a little bit. So this is one of those things where it's like you're able to call an audible just because you've been training for a while. I just know that this is one of those exercises where it's going to make my back feel better. And you don't really need a ton of weight to feel these. Yeah, the setup's always weird on these. You okay if you're in the back of this? You okay if you're in the back of that shot? All right, cool. Incline curls are another one that I took out for a really long time just because I actually never felt these. And what I actually finally figured out is, in my case, the weight is kind of irrelevant here. You're better off just, well, not you, but I am better off just focusing on getting a really, really good contraction from controlling a steady negative, and also getting those long length partials at the end. It's been magic for me. Because that's when I can I kind of cut my forearms out of it and feel just my bicep way more. Oh yeah, we're at that point. Oh fuck. Yeah. Definitely like them a lot more than just trying to rip some 30s up. See, I can't even do that nice dual knee kick setup right now because of how my back's feeling. But I'm taking these to a pretty big range right now. And I'm liking it. It feels really good. Way better than just doing like a skull crusher. I suppose some people would call this a French press. Basically just that reaching way, way over. Kind of puts your shoulders in a slightly funky position, but way, way bigger stretch. It's actually why I prefer doing it on gables. It's because you don't have to get into quite as rough of a position. We're getting there. And you can't really play with these as much in a long lengthened position unless you're going to drop it, which people live below this gym, so I'm not going to drop it. See, when you get that really big stretch, it's like right up, almost up into that origin of the tricep, and I didn't feel that for a long time throughout my lifting career, which is kind of why I got a funky shaped triceps, you know. I don't really have too much going on here, but that's life. You know, I think people really write off how good lateral raises are, you know, just because they're kind of fucking boring, and they're not really something that you can add that much weight to. Like, I think the most I've ever used for lateral raises was like 40s or 45s, but you know, it's a relatively small muscle, and you know, most people just go straight out to their sides. You know, I think it's Jeff Nippard and Mike Israetel have kind of popularized the over the head ones because there's a lot more range there, which is nice. But also just kind of those different angles. You know, you see a lot of people kind of doing those, like, what would you call it? Almost like snow angels with lateral raises where they're just up here. And that's probably got some place. It's a little goofy looking, but your shoulder's not necessarily just 3 heads. Like, there's some people that say it's more like upwards of 5. But, you know, trying out those different angles, as the bodybuilders say, has a reason. Depending how you do these, you might actually feel these in your lower trap too, just from stabilizing your shoulder. We're gonna try those snow angels. Yeah, I don't like them. At least not the 10s. A little too heavy, probably. For years, I really poo-pooed machines because I was like way too much in that, like, functional movement, you know, integrated movement, yada yada. But I never really got rid of the bodybuilder in me, you know. I'm still that little 20-year-old that wants to look good for the girls. And you know what? They're fun. They're really, really fun. And some people say that this actually can cause injuries in the long term, and, like, you know, maybe. But it also allows you a really, really unique way to isolate and shape yourself the way that you want. Also, machine science has changed a lot, and I just fucking love them. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna get one more of those. Oh, this thing is sliding. God, I don't know if you can see it. My triceps are fucking shaking just from holding this. Fuck. All right. That's it for today. I gotta get to work. All right. Feeling all right.